Is America barreling towards a recession? According to the Moody's Analytics chief economist, the answer may be yes, saying 22 states and Washington, D.C. are either at risk or already in a recession. They account for nearly a third of the national GDP. And he says while the national economy isn't there quite yet, it's, quote, clearly losing steam. NewsNation's Alicia Nieves has been crunching the numbers for us. Good morning, Alicia. Just how real are these recession concerns?
They're very real, Hannah. I mean, we're starting to see unofficial recessions indicators flash, and they're flashing bright reds. Many Americans, even many on Wall Street, are focusing on them because we're in the middle of this federal data blackout thanks to the government shutdown. So it's the only thing we have to look at right now. The clearest indicator of a slowdown is coming via overdue car payments. Right now, 6.5% of subprime borrowers, those with credit scores below 670, are at least 60 days late on their car loans. This is according to Fitch Ratings. That's actually worse than any point during the past 3 recessions. You're talking the COVID pandemic, the Great Recession, or even the dot-com bust. And we're seeing cars repossessed at the highest rate since 2008 and 2009. Now, we're also seeing a pawn shop indicator where pawn shop operators are reporting a boom in lending. First Cash, the largest pawn company in the country, says same-store pawn loans, those are up at the end of June 13% from the year prior, while Easy Corp, which runs hundreds of pawn stores across the country, said loans outstanding, those rose 11% in the last quarter, up to more than $291 million. And this one's really interesting, kind of a newer one. GoFundMe, that crowdfunding application, the CEO recently told Yahoo Finance that there has been an increase in users launching campaigns to pay for a category they call essential, things like car notes or even groceries. Now, typically, it's important to have context here. These unofficial indicators are always just warnings of an economic downturn. We usually pair them with government economic data, the gold standard, and that really helps us gauge how close or even how far we are to a downturn. But as I mentioned a moment ago, without the government being open, we don't have that data. So we're missing real critical context, and all we're seeing is these red light flashing warnings of a potential slowdown.
Yeah, you've been reporting on this all week. You've said we're flying blind here. So if the economy is potentially in trouble, Wall Street certainly isn't showing it. Is there a tech bubble possibly helping the markets, Alicia?
That's the word on Wall Street right now. Really all the talk, if you talk to any investor or economist out there, they're saying that actually may be the case. You know, right now, every tech company, I know you've probably heard about this, they're trying to attach their product to artificial intelligence or some kind of service like that. That's attracting a lot of investors. It's bringing up these lofty valuations for these stocks, allowing these stocks to rise, and that's what we're seeing in the market. But that's also leading to this concern that maybe we're seeing an artificial, pun intended there, a propping of the stock market, overshadowing, any underlying trouble, and bringing to question whether this bubble will burst. It's actually something that Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates sounded the alarm over earlier this week. Just listen.
It's like the internet bubble, where in the end, something very profound happened. The world was very different. Some companies succeeded, but a lot of the companies were kind of Me Too, fell behind, burning capital companies. Absolutely, there are a ton of these investments that will be dead ends.
Yeah, and dead end means the bubble actually pops. You know, stock markets may have a correction. If that's the case, that's best case scenario. Worst case scenario is like we saw in the dot-com bust, a crash. Nonetheless, it's why you're hearing a lot of financial analysts remind people that the stock market is not always a good indicator for the overall kind of economic health of our country. Hannah.
That's an important note. Alicia Nieves, thank you so much, live in New York City for us this morning.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.